How you doing?
Fortune telling. Come back sometime.
You're back!
Dozer!
Instructor Dozer! Ran told me everything. I'm glad you're back safe and sound. You look like real warriors now. Great job getting it done out there. And Aina, I might even mistake you for a real instructor now. Aina's main strengths are her perceptiveness and adaptability. It's how she learns so much just by watching you and Manon. And today, she demonstrated what it means to be both a leader and an instructor. That makes two of us. The girl's something else. She's kind to others, but exacting toward herself. And there doesn't seem to be any challenge that can break her. I think that's why people naturally look to her. And I, for one, am excited to see just how far she can go. Who knows, she might even surpass her father one day.
Fancy seeing you here again. No size today. I was telling Dad about how I think I've got the hang of this instructor thing. That reminds me, I never did thank you for the other day. For rescuing both me and the training corps. Thank you. That's true. Everyone really contributed. But then you showed up, and it all worked out. You're constantly getting me out of all kinds of jams. Not just in battle, but also. You always cheer me up when I'm down. I feel like I can do anything as long as you're with me. Can you promise me you'll always stay by my side? I didn't mean... Oh, forget I said that. I didn't mean it like that. I plan to keep working hard to make sure we can stand side by side. I mean, as Ark's defenders, of course. Hey, come on! Stop, you meanie! Well, anyway, I'm glad we had this talk.
Till they return to the earth. Wait for their time we dreamed of till it arrives. They lie unbroken. The nights be dreadful and starless. Keep your feet moving onward regardless. Dreams are a flame to light your way in the darkness. Fight your destiny with a light in your soul. Burn all like a beacon. Shine your spirit into the night till it burns the darkness away. Walk into the day, let it lead you away on to tomorrow. The pieces of your soul, so broken and bruised, don't let go. Go home. To freedom they fly. Lift up your voice to the sky. Burn it bright until the day that we die. Oh, joy to our fears. We feast in the face of oncoming tears. Bring light to our lives. Guide on the purest of hearts. Need these stars which shine so clear in the night. Down endless roads. pieces of your soul, so broken and bruised. Oh, let go your hope. To freedom they fly. Lift up your voice to the sky. Burn it bright until the day that you die. Oh, joy, temper, our peace. We feast in the face of oncoming tears. Bring light to our lives. Guide on the purest of hearts. Neath these stars which shine so clear in the night. Down endless roads. Into the rest, O weary souls, no more tales to tell. Bid the world a farewell as it sinks into twilight. Right upon the wind, eternity waits for you gently to close your eyes as you dream of the morning light. Oh, tortured souls, your grief unending, let it flame like the path ahead. Though you've nothing left, nothing to protect, though you walk on to your end. Oh, noble souls, your sacrifices will be told, songs of love and vain. Till my dying day, I'll sing your refrain. Let it echo in my veins till the day when none but peace will remain. Branded in our scars, rushing through our veins, is the fear and the flame and the sharp tang of sadness. Only passing time can temper the pain, soothing balm to the burning of war. In the evening sky, one more star tonight blinks its dying light, burning brave as it fades down into ashes. In the tears it cries, lives a guiding light, praise its will to fight as we march ever onward, step after step in this dark world, looking on toward the horizon. Your light shines on a beacon burning in the night, showing us the way. Oh, be proud, be true, these lessons from you in our hearts clear to this day. Oh, your melody will sound till sweet eternity, echo to the skies. Through my voice will ring the prayers you sing for a new day to arise, for a road to lead us on ashes in our hands. Let your weary bones return to the land. Hark upon the wind, an eternal song of the blood and the pain and the fierce days of battle. Back into the earth, your bones may have gone, but your souls are still burning bright. May your dreams be of peace and
Oh, hey! Manon! And you too!
It's been a while.
Wow, you're looking great!
You too. It feels like you've grown so much in such a short time.
Thanks
to
to you.
you.
It's so weird. We're on totally different paths, but it feels like we've been together this whole time. Almost like the three of us are just meant to be together.
Yeah. We'll always be a team.
I know we will. No matter what happens, I know that the three of us will always be together. That much I'm sure of.
Me too.
Emergency announcement. We are preparing for a defensive operation against a large number of dolls appearing in the Retem region. All ARCS defenders, please prepare for deployment. Emergency announcement. We are preparing for a defensive operation against a large number of dolls appearing in the Retem region. All ARCS defenders, please prepare for deployment.
Oh, hey there!
Hey! I was called regarding Manon's inquest.
And I wanted to know every detail.
Don't worry, Manon and Feria are both just fine. Their quarters are a little cramped, but they're not being mistreated. The same goes for the others. The problem is... that's part of it. They all played a role at the Seal, but each one had different responsibilities. And the data's inconsistent, so it's tough to present a comprehensive case. But what's even harder than that is trying to get on the same page with them. Like when we say, tell us about Lucille, or something, for example. They start going into detail about its construction and its specs and stuff like that. It's almost like trying to talk to a data mainframe or something.
Manon was like that at first, too. She'd just reply with the bare minimum. I remember my dad having a hard time with that.
For them, I guess, that's probably just their normal.
But Manon's different now.
Yeah, she is. We're essentially having Manon interpret for us at the moment. If we put in the effort, then maybe they'll do the same and come around. At least, I hope so. Oh, and, on that note, we've decided to start calling them Lucilans.
Lucilans?
They're not our enemies anymore. Resurgent Arcs is just too loaded, you know? We had to change it.
Makes sense. Lucilan. Yeah, I like it.
sometime.
Then what about Zephetto? We were just talking about Zephetto, and about what exactly he did on Helpha. We thought it might give us some sort of hint for dealing with the Starless.
We've pieced together a lot from what we've learned from the Lycilans. The main problem is that there's just so much data to sift through. It's 500 years worth, after all. And most of that data no longer exists on Halpha. It really is. But one thing we've learned is that Zephetto wasn't always a caste. He made that change to extend his longevity for his experiments.
That's some dedication.
Yes, he was entirely committed to his work. In the beginning, it looks like he did try to keep the Halpha experiments safe, but he wasn't getting the results he was looking for. When he developed the dolls, the experiments became something more like real warfare. A big turning point for that was when he introduced Dark Falls. It basically became survival of the fittest. Defenders who survived saw tremendous spikes in their photon power.
And so, that's why we were forced to fight against Dark Falls too.
I honestly could never forgive what Zephetto has done. But I can understand why he did it. As Aelio's leader, I understand doing whatever it takes. I feel the same about the people of Aelio. Of course, I would never take things as far as he did. I heard that he said his wish had been fulfilled. If that's true, it means we can beat the Starless. At least I hope so.
Come back sometime.
Hey. Yeah, thanks for your concern. I'm just doing a little patrolling, keeping an eye out for the Starless. We lost a lot of defenders in that fight the other day. I'm not looking to make that a habit. Thanks for your help, by the way. You really bailed me out there. Not my best look, though, I'll admit. Yeah, it's hard to look like a hero when you get KO'd like that. But I am glad that Ina was okay. I never should have let the enemy get the drop on us in the first place. that was so focused on following orders and returning to base. The only reason we even pulled through is because you and Ina were there. That's not how a squad leader should act. But at least that skirmish got us some intel on the Starless. Now we know how they fight, so we'll never get caught off guard like that again. I've gone ahead and shared what we learned with our veteran ARC's defenders. And hopefully, we'll refine our tactics as we get more and more intel. As our guardian, I'd like you to lead them in this battle. Alright, I better get back to it. The Starless are a threat. Make no mistake about that.
Come back sometime.
Good to see you. I was reading that Lacelan report. It made me want to look to the sky. Would you mind lending me an ear as I get my thoughts together? Resurgent ARCS members were born to research and develop ARCs and alls. That's it. That's all they've ever known. And the result of this ARC's development plan they were working on was us. But then, where does that leave Meteorn like you and me? Meteorn come from outside Alpha's atmosphere, way beyond Lucille. I hear there's a huge station up there. But according to them, even the Lacealans know nothing about it, aside from the fact that it sent out some Meteorn. Seems like the people of Alpha came up with the word Meteorn in the first place. The Lacealans called us first generation, second generation, and so on. Crawford and Ina are descendants of the second generation. You and me, we're third generation. Photon sensitivity gets stronger with each generation. But I think yours is especially strong, even for the third generation. Not that we know why that is. Even Manon and Faria say your origins are a mystery. We were created for a single purpose, to counter the Starless. People like us, we were born to either research or to fight. In my book, that's not much different from the Lyseelans. Sorry. I didn't mean to ramble. I better get back to my post.
Attention all ARCS defenders. We are beginning a defensive operation against a large number of dolls appearing in the Ritem region. We request the participation of all ARCS defenders.
How you doing?
Hey.
How you doing? How you doing?
A high energy reading in the area. A powerful enemy may emerge from that space-time ripple. Be on alert. Attention Ark's defenders. We are beginning a counter-offensive against the powerful enemies in the Kavaris region. We request the participation of all Ark's defenders.
Hello. You came at just the right time. Do you have a minute to talk? Feria here was just telling me more about the Starless.
So far, it's been familiar information.
But any scrap of info at this point helps a great deal. I thought it might be a good idea to share it with you, our guardian. Is there anything in particular you would like to know about the Starless?
They suddenly appeared from outside of human space, seemingly from nowhere.
And then they began attacking, seemingly without reason. That was 500 years ago now. Sadly, humans at the time were no match for them, and those on the periphery were. Suffice it to say, many lives were lost in the remote star systems. Right, but the inner regions were mostly left untouched. There wasn't exactly a fight, per se.
After the Starless destroyed the border star systems, they began to expand their offensive, even farther afield, until one day, they suddenly disappeared.
Something must have happened that caused them to withdraw. People at the time thought that too.
A subsequent investigation found no evidence of a withdrawal, and there was no indication at all that they were hiding somewhere.
It seems as though the Starless simply vanished without a trace. Regardless, the fact remains that they attacked without warning and killed billions of people. Some people saw that as reason enough to take action. And so, Resurgent Arcs was formed. But that's a long story, in and of itself. Why don't we take a little break for now? We can continue again, when you're ready. Let's get started then. People were traumatized by the Starless attack 500 years ago. Some of those people formed what would go on to become resurgent arcs. That much we've covered already, right? Can you continue, Feria?
Yes. Resistance to the Starless threat developed and manifested in various ways. Zepheto was part of one such resistance movement. He had also participated in the war against the Starless. Zepheto was concerned about the decline in military capability and photon power at the time. A great war had taken place 1,000 years prior, with a long period of peace afterward. And it is believed that photon power declined because people no longer needed to fight.
Additionally, without an enemy, there's no need for much of a military.
Zepheto began to study the most powerful unit in that ancient Great War to see if he could find some way to counter the Starless. That unit was Arcs.
His goal was to restore it to its former power. And so began resurgent arcs.
Zepheto claimed that the odds of the Starless reappearing in the next 500 years were high. He boasted that Arcs was uniquely suited to counter the Starless threat. Resurgent Arcs became a rallying point for people who shared such sentiments. His research was obsessively focused on the Starless's movement patterns. There are significant space-time fluctuations which occur at certain intervals. Among them, some are large, and others are small. The one 500 years ago was small.
He predicted that a major fluctuation would occur 500 years after that. And that brings us to the current emergence of the Starless. The exact causal relationship between these two events is not well understood. Or at least, not by the Lasilans anyway.
I do not know any more than that. We had no interest in these sorts of matters. Before now, that is.
Meaning Zepheto didn't make a point of it. Or perhaps deliberately wanted to hide it. We may find more answers in Lucille's core. Can I trust you to continue helping us with our investigation, Feria?
Yes.
You're here.
Oh, a most unusual place to meet. I was told that this plant resembles the one in the quad, so I requested Glenn's guidance. The similarities really are uncanny. Hilma was telling me something. According to the Lycelians, there are plants like this everywhere. Yes, that is correct.
The west coast of Aelio is constantly under attack. That's why Aelio Town was so essential. Maybe there's a plant somewhere out there.
It is quite possible. The Lycelians believe that many are no longer operational, but they do not know for certain. Nothing has changed in that regard. No matter what the Lycelians tell us, our hands are tied.
Which means that for now, there's no way to put a stop to their production.
Right. We have no choice but to approach the problem with care.
Well, look who it is. It's not exactly research. I was just checking on that environmental control unit over there. Oh, I should explain. They're those large objects that float at regional borders. They seem to control Halpha's environment somehow. I mean, we've known that for a while now. But the Lycelians gave us some more info about them. They were saying that these things can even be found overseas. Well, not really. This entire island's environment is controlled from Lucille. The atmosphere outside of this island isn't exactly suitable for us. Which means we can't really leave. Oh, when I use the word island, I'm talking about where we're standing right now. The Lycelians referred to it as Halpha Main Island, or Central Island. Speaking of islands, apparently, Resurgent Arcs created a lot of others besides this one. They left most of them empty, from what I hear. Some of them are experimental islands that we only discovered recently. They were called creative spaces, I think. And you can travel to each one of them using Ryuger devices. Well, as long as you have the right address, that is. Have you ever checked one out? Oh, okay. If you ever make something, I'd love to see it. Let me know. Show it to me once you're done. That's what the Lucilans told me. I'm sure it's true.
Very interesting.
Sup? You know, you should probably know about this, too. Do you have some time? For this, you do. This won't take long. Though Dozer's heard this all before.
I'll live.
So, we were talking about dolls. I'm sure you noticed, but the Starless share a lot in common with dolls. I mean, the way they look and move, for example. For example, the ones you fought recently in Rezel Forest look like Pettus and Nogleth dolls. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Dolls were designed to emulate the Starless. They're basically a simulation to prepare us to fight the real thing.
Who would have ever thought? Right.
But then again, I guess that's also true of all of Halpha. From the plains and swamps to the forests and mountains, they're all artificial. They're modeled after different kinds of planets. The goal was to combine a bunch of different ecosystems to prepare for the Starless in different environments. The same goes for all the buildings. Trania, for example. Those have been training facilities all along. We were using them for the war against the dolls. But the truth was that all along, we were being trained to fight the Starless.
Which means Zephedo was toying with us the whole time.
Which is why we need to go back and review everything we thought we knew.
Yeah, you're right. If everything really was so carefully planned out, there has to be some secret to defeating the Starless. Somewhere.
Hey, there you are. Yeah, our research is coming along little by little. We were just talking about it.
Why don't you join our conversation?
Feria was talking about it before. Halpha is controlled from Lucille. I mean, they were even controlling the weather from there.
Wind, rain, snow. All of it was being manipulated.
Right down to the temperature and humidity.
I can't believe they had that level of control.
Really? Pretty good detective work. I think you'd make a great researcher. The Lucillans shared some new information with us. There's a place in Lucille's core that only Zepheto can enter. If we can get in there, we can get all the info we still don't have. About the Starless and stuff.
That would be great. Do we know of some way to get in?
Unfortunately, the teleporter we used before is still down. But we did find another way to get inside Lucille.
Nice.
We put together a scout team right away and they tried going. But there was some strange space in the way.
Sorry, what?
We're still not exactly sure what to make of it. It seems like it was being used as a testing ground before Halpha was created. Or at least the remnants of it did. And it was really dangerous. There were a lot of enemies. It looks like it might not be so easy to get to the core. We're investigating the area and trying to figure out how to deal with it.
Interesting. Be sure to keep us posted.
You bet. I'll let you know how it goes.
Emergency announcement. A powerful energy reading has been detected over Halpha. We are expecting a powerful enemy to emerge. All Arcs defenders, please prepare for deployment.
Can you hear me? We're still reviewing the intel, but we're expecting a gigantic starless to emerge shortly. We're preparing to intercept, but depending on where it appears, we may not be able to use central cannon. In which case, we'll be counting on you. Please make sure you're ready for any eventuality. Over and out.
Do you read me? We've discovered a new teleport point while exploring Lucille. It leads outside of Lucille to what we believe may be some kind of resurgent arc space. Even the Lucillans were unaware of its existence. A small elite squad of Arcs defenders will explore the site. Your presence on the research team has been requested. This will be a challenging assignment. Please head out as soon as you are ready. Thank you as always.
Thanks for coming. We were just chatting with her when all of a sudden, something changed. Out of the blue, she told us that she wanted the three of you here.
You have arrived. I am Zafetta. Allow me to borrow this body for a moment.
Zafetta?
What's going on?
I need you to listen to what I have to say. I am unable to move from my current location. I doubt that I'll be able to extricate myself from this situation on my own. Therefore,
You three. I will need your help to get out of here. I'll send you the location now.
Wait a minute. Is it really you?
It is.
What happened after we fought in the seal? And what do you mean you can't move? And also, how are you doing this to Feria?
I have the ability to control Feria's nervous system to some extent.
Control her?
Oh, but she's still conscious throughout. Isn't that right, Feria? Say hello.
Yes, I'm here, Zephetto.
I guess that's a relief.
I'll answer the rest of your questions once we are face to face. I've just reminded Feria how to get here. Manon, Feria, Aina, and you, 909. I want just the four of you. I'll be waiting.
Zephetto?
Zephetto is no longer present inside my mind.
It's always a one-sided conversation with him.
You okay, Feria? Everything feel alright?
Yes, I'm fine.
That's good. That's putting it nicely.
That was Zephetto. He would take over another person's body? Just to communicate? No. This is no time to sit around stunned. Let's compose ourselves and take a look at the situation.
Good call.
Interesting. And that's where Zephetto is?
So he says.
Yes, the one we found in the seal. We've been referring to it as the Nameless City.
Zephetto should be in the lower level.
And I imagine you know just how to get there, Feria.
Yes, I can take you there now if you would like.
But why would he ask for just the four of them?
I couldn't say for certain, but we do know they've all met him face to face, meaning he has some connection to each of them. Or at least, that's my guess.
I've been so curious about that place since we found it. I wish I could go with them.
You must not.
Huh?
You have an important role to play in completing the weapon.
What weapon?
Well, it's still too early to get excited, but I've been working on a little something to fight the Starless with. Feria and the others have been helping out.
If we both go, development will come to a complete halt.
I guess you're right. I'll stay right here and keep working. But you better promise to let me know if you see any cool new tech in there. Okay?
Of course I will.
You two make quite the pair. You know that?
Well, we clearly hit it off while I was working on my Alpha investigation.
In any case, it's clear that he just wants the four of you. I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve. But without more information, all we can do is just play along. It's going to be risky. Do you think you're up for it?
Yeah. Count me in.
Me too.
Thank you. I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask Zephetto myself. Not sure I'd ever stop if I started. Just be careful out there.
ready to go. Where's Varia?
She's over there.
Varia! Wait, what the?
Crawford said that I should be prepared. In case we have to fight.
That makes sense. But, wow.
Do you think so?
So, I was curious. How did it feel when Zephedo was controlling you?
I'm not sure how to describe it. It felt something like an out-of-body experience. Like I was watching myself from outside.
What's up, Manon?
But why Feria?
Huh?
I mean, why did he choose to communicate with us through her?
I believe it is because I am Zephedo's backup.
His backup? But aren't you...
Correct. I am your backup. And apparently, I am also Zephedo's backup.
How are you so sure?
I was simply made aware of it when Zephedo's consciousness entered mine.
And so you're around in case anything should happen to him. Of course.
Yes. But I appreciate your concern. Thank you so much.
Wow. These buildings just go on forever. Every single one of them must have been full of people, right?
Yeah.
What was this place exactly?
It was once the center of Resurgent Arc's activity. This was the largest of its residential districts. And all of its other various districts branch out from here. That includes the underground facilities as well.
Did Zephedo tell you that too?
Yes, but in a fragmented way.
How did we manage to overlook a place as huge as this?
Because it's not actually on Alpha. I do not know the exact location, but I know we are in orbital space above Alpha.
What do you mean, space?
What she means is that where we are right now is way up high among the stars we see when we look up into the night sky from Alpha.
Huh?
But teleporters can only take us so far, so we can't be that far away, right?
Correct.
Still, one would think that Lucille's vast array of sensors would have detected it. Unless the exterior is being cloaked somehow to avoid detection. But why?
Do you have any idea what they're talking about? Glad it's not just me.
Zephedo designed this place to be undetectable. Not just by people on Alpha, but by us too.
Which must mean he was hiding something, right?
Right. Or at least, I assume so. Feria, do you happen to know anything about where we're going?
No. The only thing I know for certain is how to get to where Zephedo is. There is a simple map in my mind, but no details at all besides that.
Of course.
He wouldn't be leading us into a trap, right?
Your guess is as good as mine. But I think it's safe to say that we should be prepared for any eventuality.
Good call.
It would seem there's enemy readings ahead.
Seems so.
Trial start.
Enemies. Rumors. They were designed to replicate wonders that Arcs fought in the past. Are genetically modified versions of existing species.
We were only involved in arts and dolls research. So I never came across information that didn't represent one of those two things.
Trial start.
The field using the modified genetic code. Humans. We will check the prototypes. But the final version came with and acquired powerful abilities.
Success. Trial start.
As far as dolls, there's so much more to say about that.
Absolutely. Some way to alter this. Another piece of the would not have been.
Success.
These guys are here too? Most of them are replicas of Arcs ancient enemies. We were able to locate a complete version of their genes. How accurate these replicas actually were.
Trial start.
I think we got them all. Let's keep moving. I just can't believe there's really nobody here.
Everyone left for Halpha in order to proceed with the experiment. The city's functions have been dormant for a long time. But some of them seem to have started up again in the very moment we set foot in here.
Then, what's with all the enemies?
They're likely the intruder defense system, though some may be malfunctioning training programs. I do not know. However, he is the only one who has the top-level clearance necessary to do so.
Do you know when they stopped using this place?
No. That has not been revealed to me.
I simply can't imagine everyone in this huge city left for Halpha and the Seal.
I have no information on that subject.
It seems as though Sefeto only reveals what's convenient for him.
Why don't we just ask him what we want to know? We'll see him soon enough, right?
True. Let's do that.
I know this song.
I believe you call it the Song of Morning.
Why is it?
It would play at the same exact time every day when I was in the city. I don't know why, but I have the feeling we played it for the same reason that it's sung in the town. I remember that Sefeto mentioned that many lives were lost in the war against the Starlight. I have to imagine that the song was played in mourning for them. Perhaps it was played in the Seal so they would never forget. Do you have any insights into the song, Feria?
I do not. No. However, I think you are probably correct.
So, this song is played for pure meaningless. Maybe Feather's way of expressing emotion.
Trial start. Success. Trial start. Success.
Our objective is just up ahead.
Then let's clear these guys out first.
Trial start.
Let's proceed.
Can we really go down from here?
Yes.
What is this?
It's just like Lucille.
No, on the contrary. Lucille's design was based on this facility.
Feria. No, Zeffetto.
Follow me.
I've seen this place before, too. What are these?
The third generation ARC's production facility.
Is this where Meteorn come from?
It is. Allow me to tell you all about the ideal toward which we have been striving. ARCs. ARCs is a mighty force that made a name for itself in the major war 1,000 years ago. It was through their efforts that the war was brought to an end. Their victory ushered in a long period of peace. Such an era had no need for a powerful fighting force, and ARCs was, in time, forgotten. However, it was the emergence of the Starless that made them relevant once more. We believed that we needed the same power as this ancient force in order to counter the external threat. Unfortunately, much of their history and knowledge was lost to the sands of time. All we were able to gather was some battle logs and genetic code here and there. One particularly valuable piece of genetic code came from an ARCS member in Cold Sleep.
Cold Sleep?
Are you saying you found one of these ancient warriors in a suspended state?
Yes. However, I regret to say we never ended up learning much about them.
What does that mean?
We couldn't start the thawing process. They were too heavily protected. So we put waking them aside and focused our efforts on more accessible things. Initially, we started by looking for photon-related genes in the genetic code we recovered. And we developed simulations based on the combat data we had available. So began our long, long experiment. The culmination of which is you, 909.
We get the idea. We have some questions.
Proceed.
What happened to all the people in the city?
Resurgent ARCs started out with roughly 100,000 members. Nearly all of them were based out of here. The finest minds, all working towards ARC's grand reconstruction. At the time, we referred to the new ARCs as the first generation. There was one major difference between the first and subsequent generations. We spliced the old genetic material directly into the first experiment subjects.
You did what? Introducing a large amount of photonic code into the average person's body would...
Exactly. The average mind and body cannot handle the sudden influx. Their bodies rejected it, and most died. Even those who survived suffered changes that left them physically or mentally unfit to continue. A philosophical rift began to grow among the research staff. Vicious arguments would break out
even erupting into violence on several occasions. Resistance grew. In the end, we were left with only 1/10 of our original staff. And half of those were lost to accidents during our experiments. But those who remained continued onward and began to construct Alpha. Their goal was to enhance those in the first generation that had adapted to the genetic code. I myself am a member of that first generation. My ability to transfer my consciousness was one of the things revealed during those experiments. Therefore, I've inhabited many different hosts over the years. I have continued my work of preparing for the Starless, still aware of the threat they pose. As a last surviving member of resurgent arcs.
You're the last one?
There is something else I'd like to show you.
What exactly is this?
The test subject inside of this pod is identification number 909.
What?
"909. Who are you, exactly? An error occurred when transcribing your genetic code to the 4th clone. The data did not match number 909's. 909 is in here, and yet here you are in front of us. Remember when I told you about the ARCS member in Cold Sleep? There is more to that story. In the course of developing our new ARCs, we made sure to be meticulously cautious regarding maintenance of their housing equipment. However, much of it came under attack during the conflicts over our research methods, and was destroyed. Or so I thought. If you could be... You don't seem to be lying. We appear to have caught the attention of the Starless. Our destination is just ahead. Destroy them.
There's still a lot more I need you to explain.
Focus on killing these first.
Understood.
Trial start.
That should be the last of them. Onward.
Is this where we'll find your, body?
No. Inside of here is the fourth clone host. We've uploaded the required battle data, but its soul has yet to be implanted.
This can't be real. Are you subjecting us to yet another one of your experiments?
No, I am not. The truth is, I lost my body in my last fight.
Huh?
The Starless Vanguard that attacked after we all fought. I did manage to defeat it, but my body sustained irreparable damage in the process. So, I used my ability to transfer my consciousness over to Feria.
So, are you saying you've been inside Feria's mind ever since?
Correct.
And all this time, you've been plotting how you might lead us here.
Yes.
What is it that you want?
To transfer my soul into this clone.
And go right back to leading resurgent arcs, I take it.
I want to bring the war against the Starless to an end. This fourth clone incorporates lessons learned from 909's field performance. It has the data from every single battle you've ever been in. An Ark's defender to surpass all others.
How can you be sure?
I can't until I try it out.
Then maybe we need more data first.
I don't have time. I can't sustain myself in this body for much longer. My consciousness needs a permanent host.
I can't.
Feria, you know the process, right? I do. Then let's start.
How is this even possible?
Yes. Excellent. How persistent. Yes, of course.
Been a while since we all fought together.
Yeah, it sure has.
You're not going any further.
Trial start.
I'm sure we got this.
Trial start.
on those two.
Good idea.
Ah, yes. This will do. This should be enough power to defeat him.
Defeat who?
The powerful Dark Falls class starless that appeared 500 years ago. The one that consumed more planets and snuffed out more lives than any other.
That sounds terrifying.
He destroyed the anti-starless squad I was part of at that time as well. And in the process, incapacitated me. I lost consciousness for quite a long time. When I came to, absolutely nothing was left. My home planet was gone. All of my loved ones. Even the starless themselves had vanished without a trace. My entire world was reduced to absolutely nothing. All I could do was stand there in complete shock. At long last, I can finally avenge that loss. And now, Resurgent Ark's mission can truly be fulfilled. Feria, are we finished?
We are.
Very well, then. What? No. Fine. Well played.
What's going on?
Stay back. I know.
What the? What's happening? Hello? But... Are you okay?
Yes.
Run away. Send this body fire into space-time. You need to get out of here. Forget about that. Just go.
Zephetto. And we still didn't get any answers.
We need to tell everyone back home what happened here.
It's good to see you back. But no trace of Zephetto, it seems. I have a few questions about what happened. So, Zephetto's consciousness was implanted into that fourth clone. So his body was hijacked by something.
Wow. The roller coaster never seems to end, does it? What sort of twist is around the next bend?
And now we don't even have Zephetto around to give us any answers.
I can't talk long.
Huh?
I can tell you about the something in question. Yes. Its name is Vile. Dark Falls class starless hold dominion over vast numbers of other starless. And among the Dark Falls class starless, Vile, preeminent. You can think of Vile as something like their emperor. It won't be long before he consumes my soul entirely. I transferred a portion of it to Feria before that could happen. My fusion with Vile has finally
revealed the truth of the Starless to me. They are insatiably hungry. They scour the ends of the universe in search of photons to devour. They were so utterly ravenous that even the most minute photon emission was enough to summon them 500 years ago. They devoured everything they could. But they realized something. That no matter how much they consumed, they were still starved of photons. And that the Ark's members of 1,000 years ago were vastly more filling in terms of photon content. So Vile decided to simply wait. He reasoned that his prey would eventually develop more power and more photons. Vile then issued an order to all Starless. The Starless forces immediately halted their attack and disappeared from our realm back into space-time. As for Vile, although ostensibly his enemy, he hid himself inside of me. Now I know that this ability to transform my consciousness is something I received from Vile. But oblivious to that, I proceeded with my experiments to resurrect Arcs, convinced it was my destiny. Resurrecting Arcs to combat the Starless. My prediction that they would return cyclically every 500 years. Looking back, I'm not sure how many of those ideas were actually planted by Vile. However, one thing that I am entirely certain of is that my hatred of the Starless is my own. Perhaps it doesn't matter. Ultimately, I was still being used as their puppet. It's quite simple. The beings with the highest photon sensitivity are gathered right here. He will come for you. He grows stronger in space-time even now. He'll complete his transformation to his final form using the fourth clone as a host. Then, it won't be long before he joins you here. Vile's power is immense. However, you need not despair. You are the strongest Ark's defender there is, 909. Or should I say, Guardian, you are even more powerful now than when we fought. And your own progress has lifted up all of your friends and made them stronger as well. You are all Ark's defenders prime. I have no doubt that your combined might can defeat Vile. Now my time has come.
Zephedo.
What is it, Aina?
Thank you.
I am not entirely sure you have anything to thank me for.
Well, it's true that you've caused us an incredible amount of pain. You've done unconscionable things. But if you hadn't, we wouldn't be able to take on our real enemy right now. And I am grateful for that. I shouldn't, but I do forgive you.
Aina,
people of Halfa, I am truly, truly sorry. I have just one final request. Take care of your world.
Zephedo's consciousness is no longer present inside my mind.
One last long speech followed by a dramatic exit. Selfish to the end, wasn't he? The selfish general of resurgent arcs. Alone to the bitter end.
I don't even know what to say. What a staggering turn of events. For all Zephedo told us, there's so much more I was hoping to learn. And who knows, with time, we might have even been able to reconcile somehow.
Yeah. Well, we can't just mope around. We better start getting ready for our biggest fight ever.
Ilma? About that.
What's up?
Zephedo left something of a parting gift for us.
A parting gift?
Do you remember that issue with the weapon that we just couldn't seem to figure out ourselves?
How could I forget? I mean, I've only been losing sleep over it for the past couple weeks.
Well, Zephedo reminded me how to get past it before he left.
Seriously?
I'll show you. This goes here. Then connect these two and...
Wait, slow down. No, but then this one would...
No, because remember, there's...
What? Wait, that can't be right. That is right! Why didn't I ever notice that before? Duh!
If nothing else, Zephedo was an exceptional engineer.
Yes! Now we can finally finish it! Hey, you just wait. We're gonna make a little something that'll smash this vile jerk.